Welcome everyone. I'm glad you're joining me today. We're still traveling the path of our Bohemian adventure, and today we're going to be looking at some of the ways that I make Bohemian cards to slip into my junk journals. Sometimes these are just gorgeous when they're slipped behind a belly band or into, of course, a pocket or a tuck, and they can even be put in large envelopes. So the thing is to be able to take parts and pieces and put them together so they have that Bohemian feel. Now, remember that Bohemian has a lot of color, it has a lot of texture, and it breaks a lot of rules when it comes to, color combinations and things like that we think should go together. In fact, that's one way to make sure that you can get a Bohemian feel, is to break some rules and do some things that you don't normally do. For instance, a lot of times we don't think of using motifs, particularly in a Bohemian embellishment, but we can do that if we keep the rest of the elements in a Bohemian style. This is a fabric motif that I had laying around. I love coffee, and it's a great thing for me. It has the jewel tone colors in it that lends itself to this. And so what I needed to do then was get it on a card. Now what I did for this one was I cut a 4x4 cardstock backing, and I sewed everything to that. And then when I got through sewing it, I turned it over and I glued another piece of cardstock to cover all of that stitching, and then I put a simple lined piece of paper on the back so that it could be used as a journaling note card. Okay, so you can do anything with that, and it's okay for all this raggedy look back here. That is Bohemian, that is shabby, that is the way that we want this to look. It's very natural, and so don't try to clean it all up. Leave it alone, and that adds to the look you're going for. So the 4x4 card, I first layered on, imagine that the motif is not here and this little element is not here. I layered on this piece of fabric here. Then I took this orange fabric with the stars and sewed it across that. Then I took this gauzy piece of orange and browns and sewed it across that. Then I had this little bit of a piece just laying on my desk, and I thought, okay, we'll stick it on there, and we did. Then I came back and I put the motif on and zigzagged around that. Now, to enhance the look and feel, Bohemian often has lots of glitz, fringes, tassels, and things like that. So threads are very easy to incorporate in a Bohemian look, and so that's what I did here. This is actually a piece of ribbon that has some metallic threads in it. I don't know if you can see the glitter of that ribbon or not, but on top of that is a piece of yarns with the different colors, and that has some of the eyelash fringe in that with it. So all put together, when finished, we have color, we have texture, we have a Bohemian feel to this journaling card. And they're lots of fun to make. They don't take a lot of anything. And really, if you can just let go of structure and just put stuff together. Sometimes I've been known to take a bunch of scraps in my hand and just drop them. And if I like the way they drop, that's the way I sew them. So however you decide to get out of structure and make something that has a Bohemian feel that is definitely outside the box, that's what you want to do. Okay, so this one we used a regular motif. So if you have some of those, that's good. But now everybody's got a magazine, and out of a magazine they can cut something that will lend itself to a Bohemian feel. Remember, Bohemians are very natural people. They love nature, they love flowers, they love texture, they love to incorporate all these things in their decor. And so here in this, we have this simple old crock with the wood and the old canes and the straw coming up out of there. The piece itself is not that colorful, but the motif or the design lends itself to the Bohemian theme. So now it was my job to make something that would be Bohemian in feel. So what I did with this one is I started with a piece of purple cardstock. This one's cut 4x5. This one was cut 4x4 because the motif seemed to fit a square shape better. And this one, because it's longer and narrow, I cut it 4x5 and out of purple. Then I put over that a piece of sheer fabric to let some of that purple show through from the background. Okay. Then I layered down this piece of torn fabric that has a lot of the greens in it, but a splash of color too. That's very Bohemian in nature. Then, of course, being Bohemian, I think I'm really 100% Bohemian blooded myself, because I have no trouble throwing more and more glitz and layers. And that's what you need to do, is throw more layers and a little glitz to come up with a Bohemian gypsy style. So here's what I did. I had a piece of gathered lace. I put it down. Then I had this little piece that had some gold metallic paint on it. I put a little piece of that down. I had a little bit of textured fabric here. Remember, that texture plays a big part, plus the colors. And then I took a silk purple flower, threw some bits and pieces of fabric on that, and I sewed all this down. And so now we have a Bohemian card for your junk journal that is made simply using a magazine cutout and some bits and pieces that you have, okay? And again, on the back, I glued a backing piece that was the same size, the 4x5, to cover all the stitching on that first piece of cardstock. And then I put something on the back so that this could be used as a journaling card. All right, can you just envision these tucked into your junk journals, and or even given as gifts, put in a large envelope and mailed to a friend, however you want to use them. But getting the Bohemian theme is fun for you. It's fun for the recipient, because so many people have a lot of trouble being this free-spirited when they create things, and so they love to get them as gifts. Okay, I hope you enjoy that, and this is going to be project 3 in the Bohemian Dream challenge that I'm hosting in my Facebook group, Junk Journal Junction. So if you haven't visited us there, come visit. And in the files section, you'll find all the information on our current challenges and things that you can do. So it's easy to keep up with us. We're a very relaxed group, and we'd love to be inspired by the work of other people. So feel free to post your junk journaling related items, and we'd love to see them. So until next time, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.